This is Michael Manus with DB Services, and today I'll be showing you how to integrate your FileMaker solution with the cloud communications platform Twilio to give the ability to receive custom screen pop notifications within your solution to your users. So let's go ahead and open up the sample file and walk through these steps. The very first thing you'll need is your FileMaker solution hosted to FileMaker Server or FileMaker Cloud. Once you've hosted your solution, you will need to create an account named Web with a data entry access privilege set and add the extended privilege FMRest to that privilege set. This account is what your webhook will use to authenticate to your FileMaker solution after it receives a call from Twilio's API. Let's take a look at the provided sample webhook to see how this information is used, which you can download that sample by clicking right here. I already have it open, so let's take a quick look. The web account's username and password are stored within these variables fmWebUsername and fmWebPassword, and then base64 encoded. You will also need to provide the webhook the file name of your FileMaker solution, right here, into this variable called callFile, and the domain to your FileMaker server in the variable baseURL. These variables are used in the following functions to authenticate and interact with your FileMaker solution. The first function is simply authentication. The second function creates a record within the sample file's weblog table, which contains all the data that Twilio will be sending when we receive a phone call, which we have encoded as JSON here. The last two functions are what will cause the notification to appear within the solution. It will find a user listener layout and delete the only record within that table, user listener table, which will cause an on-record load script to trigger. All that said, you will need to host this webhook to a publicly available URL for Twilio's API to contact. For this demonstration, I've already hosted both the FileMaker solution and a webhook, so let's continue to the next step. Next, you will need to have a trial account with Twilio so you can set up an active number for your development testing. So let's navigate to twilio.com and click on Sign Up in the top right corner of the website. This will bring us to the form you'll need to fill out to get your trial account started. If you already have an account like I do for the sake of this demonstration, you can go ahead and click on Login up here in the top right corner. I'll go ahead and log in here. At this point, you want to make sure that you have a phone number to send information from. When you first activate your trial account, the trial phone number activation option is within this section called Connect to Third-Party Applications. I've already activated mine, so it shows a little check mark here under the second option. The trial phone number is given a $15 credit to use for development or testing purposes. If you want to go ahead and activate your account, the numbers are somewhere around $2 each per month, so fairly inexpensive really. You can manage your active phone numbers over here in the leftmost pane under Develop, Phone Numbers, Manage, and Active Numbers. As you can see here is my active trial number, so I can go ahead and click here to adjust its settings and navigate to Configure, and then scroll down to Voice and Fax. This section is where you will post the URL for your webhook. So first, make sure that under the drop-down menu, A Call Comes In is set to webhook, and then replace Twilio's default webhook URL with yours. Lastly, be sure that this section is set to HTTP post. Once you've made your changes, be sure to click Save at the bottom of the screen. We're just going to minimize this and check off what we've completed. Next, you will create a user in the Users table. You can do that easily by clicking here on User Data Entry. I've already created the admin user and given it my active phone number on Twilio. So let's get back to the checklist. Next, we'll need to create a user and manage security with a username that matches the user we just created in the User Data Entries layout. As you can see, we already have the admin user added, so I can go ahead and click OK. Lastly, we'll need to disable the automatic login under File Options if you're using this sample file. Of course, this will be disabled if you've hosted your own solution, so we'll go ahead and mark this off. Next, we'll need to restart the file so the startup scripts get the correct parameters, such as get account name at startup. We're going to assume we've already done this and click on this. So let's take a look at the startup scripts when you open this file. The startup script sets some global variables and finds the phone number to the currently logged in user. Most importantly, it initiates a hidden listener window in the user-listener context with one record. Right here is where it finds the account that's currently logged in and finds that user's phone number. It then brings the user to the setup screen, or the checklist screen in our case, and initiates the listener window with only one record with that phone number. This second script, listener on record load, is the script trigger that is applied to the user-listener layout. First, the script finds the last weblog record that the webhook created and then the caller info that is stored within that record. It then stores that info into a global variable and then opens the pop-up layout notifying the user with that data. Afterwards, it reinitializes a new user-listener record and hidden window awaiting the next call. We'll go ahead and close the script workspace and give that Twilio number a call from my desk phone. We'll go ahead and give it a call now, and the API will answer and will ask me to execute the code by pressing any key. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It's ringing, and that's what the screen pop will look like. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration, and if you're looking to add FileMaker screen pop functionality and Twilio integration to your system, contact DB Services and we'll be happy to help. Thank you for watching.